Maybe it doesn't sound good, but I haven't seen so much snow in years. Wow! It's beautiful. Glaciers form on land, where snow or other precipitation transforms into ice masses that have existed for many years. These masses are now, or have been, moving under the influence of gravity. Glaciers and their condition are characterized by two basic processes: ablation, which leads to mass loss, and accumulation, which increases it. Glaciers are likely to form and persist in places where accumulation predominates over ablation, primarily in polar and high mountain regions. Unfortunately, the future of mountain glaciers causes justifiable fear, and this is, of course, due to global warming. We are now in the Alps, one of the regions of the world where glaciers are disappearing most rapidly. Estimates suggest that the Alps will lose over 90% of their glacier volume by the end of this century. The mountains stretch over a vast area across the territories of several countries, but disturbing news comes from each of them. People whose livelihoods depend on winter tourism, who each year expect visitors eager to ski on snow-covered slopes, year after year anxiously wonder which season will be the last when they will be able to offer tourist attractions. We hear more and more often about the crisis caused by the lack of snow and the lack of winters, even here in the Alps, and especially up to a certain altitude. Ski resorts, hotels and ski lifts are being closed, and investments are being suspended. Less than 100 kilometers from here, to the east, there is Marmolada, the highest mountain massif in this part of Italy. In 2022, 11 people died there due to the collapse of a fragment of the glacier, which is constantly decreasing in volume. It is estimated that we currently see only 10% of what it looked like 100 years ago. Unfortunately, due to the current weather and climate conditions, it was forced to retreat to the steep highest parts of the mountain, which possess a real threat of further accidents. Unfortunately, disappearing glaciers may lead to more frequent tragedies, such as the one that occurred near Marmolada. The smaller thickness of the ice means that the air temperature can affect the entire glacier, including its deepest layers, which leads to its destruction, weakening, and the ice is slipping more easily. However, I am going in the opposite direction to see another glacier, Prasenna. Now everything seems to be fine, a real ideal. There are tourists and people ski and snowboard down the glacier. Unfortunately, this glacier is also rapidly losing mass, which has been noticed by the local people. For this reason, since 2008, in summer, thousands of square meters of geotextile fabric are used to cover the glacier for protection. The material reflects solar radiation and keeps the temperature underneath lower. This is intended to slow down the glacier's disappearance process and slightly extend its life. Similar actions are also taken in other places. It's amazing that we live in times when we have to cover glaciers, huge surfaces of ice with some fabric so that they don't melt so quickly. And these are just some strange ways to drown out the symptoms of the problem. Moreover, it is not indifferent to the environment, because there is pollution, these are not indestructible materials. Plus the high costs and hard work to do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, glaciers, which are slowly, or actually increasingly faster, saying goodbye to all over the world, with a few exceptions, are a very important part of our world. Not only because we can use them for tourism or sports purposes, but also because they shape the climate in the surroundings and on a global scale, stabilize the ground beneath them, and in addition, shape the lives of countless creatures that live on them or nearby. We also cannot forget that millions of people rely on the existence of glaciers, for whom they are a source of water. All of this is changing and disappearing at a terrifying pace.